Live from the YouTubes. It's almost September. I can't believe it. We're so close to the fall Oscar movie season. That's exciting. We're going to try to not have a complete technical meltdown on today's live stream like we did last time. So I need you guys in the chat down below letting me know, does everything sound good? And does everything look good? How are we doing on the stream? Do you actually hear music in the background this time? Because last time, apparently nobody was hearing it. So we're going to try to get through the stream portion, but I'm here for the question portion. I'm here for the conversation portion, and we're here to talk movies, man. So if you guys want to like this video, if you want to continually ask as many questions as you want movie related, we're going to try to answer those today. And of course, I want to say thank you so much for being here at what is it, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So I'd also like to know, what time is it where you guys are? Where is everybody watching from, and how late is it? How early is it? If you guys have a school day tomorrow, please continue watching and skip school. Don't actually do that. I feel like some people are going to take me seriously, though. But hey, man, I want to get in the chat, see who all's here, first of all. It's my favorite part of this. And then see what kind of questions we have. We already have a couple super chats today, and we're going to make sure we get to those for sure. As always, if you want to ask a super chat, it's the best way to assure that I'm going to answer the questions. But also, the likes, they help as well. And I want to see who all is here. Some people were here early today, man. We had some people here a long time before the stream even started. First one, Stumbo's Media Outlet. We will get to that question. We have Sarthy. We have Dorm Tunes talking about Poor Things. More Oscar predictions for Poor Things after the delay of Dune. Yeah, that is very possible. And Sarthy saying, watching that summer movie tier list is going to be the biggest event of my lifetime. Yeah, that is what I'm working really hard on. I hope to have a summer movie tier list for you all this week. But first, I also have a ranking for the August movies that I saw. Just watched Vacation Friends 2 this morning to add that into the video. I was going to post it today, and I said, you know what, we'll do a live stream today, and I'll get Vacation Friends 2, because that's important. Me watching Vacation Friends 2, it's going to make all the difference in the world on that video. So thanks for the patience there. Chloe is here. Robert is here. Movies and more movies. Oppenheimer, 14 Oscar nominations already with the predictions. Let's go, baby. You know I'm going to be excited about that. We have Johnny. We have The View with Drew. I have excellent news to share. I saw Blue Beetle recently, and I just hit, just hit 601 subscribers. First of all, Blue Beetle news is great, but 601 subscribers is even better. Congratulations. That is spectacular. Damon saying, don't worry, I'm here. 6:10 in LA. 6 o'clock in the evening. That is amazing. I think the 3-hour time difference between here and what is it, Pacific time? Is that what LA's on? I should work on that. It's always funny because whenever I travel to Nashville for a movie screening, right outside the bubble of Nashville, it's Eastern time. And the second you hit Nashville, I go an hour back. So trying to realize what time my movie is actually playing for some strange reason is always a struggle for me. I'm like, wait, it's 8 p.m. or is it 8 p.m. my time? And even the studio's gotten that wrong sometimes. They'll send the East Coast time instead of the Nashville time. It's confusing, but thank you guys for being here no matter what time it is. Oh, the Blue Futon says, long time no studio check. Yeah, Blue Futon. To be honest, there's been a lack of big studio movies, so nobody's been able to pay me off lately for a good review. So that's disappointing. I'm also seeing there's more than 40 people here now. Hey, thanks, all the 40 people here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being active in the chat, asking amazing questions, man. Let's see how many likes we have now. Let's see how this stream's going to end up doing. 12 likes, I'm going to cut it. 12 likes is not going to cut it. We got to shoot for 50. I need 50. I need 100 likes, or this video is going to crash and burn. Also, please let me know if the stream's working good. Again, last time it blew up. The stream actually blew up, and my computer completely restarted and died. So let's hope this goes a lot better. Core Studio says, better not stay up on the cherry Coke tonight. Hey, the cherry Coke is addictive. All right, that's one of my absolute favorite pops, not soda. Some people say soda, I say pop. My wife says soda, I say pop. Some people just say Coke. They want a Sprite, they get a Coke. Doesn't make sense to me, but I respect it. Let's see. Damon says, get him to 27 likes, no more, no less. I'm with Damon. I only want 27. That's it. That's the number. If we go over 27, I'm going to be pissed. That was a lie. That was a lie. Damon says, your wife is right. My wife is right about nothing. If she's watching, honey, you're always wrong. Your husband's always right. I hope she's watching. And if she's not watching, I love you, sweetie. If she is watching, you're always wrong. That's our relationship. That's how we work. Can you please shout me out? I'm a big fan. Spidey's Films Studio. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. And this is your shout out. And this is all you get. No, I'm just kidding. If you ask a question, I'll answer it. Anatomy of a Fall trailer or the Killer trailer? Ooh, Roman with the hot first question, because I don't know how to answer it because it's hard. I'm going to say the Killer. I mean, that Anatomy of a Fall. Well, I don't know, because the Killer's trailer was pretty short. It does somewhat feel more like a teaser. Maybe I'm going to go on Anatomy of a Fall, just because caught me so off guard. Don't know anything about the movie, barely know anything about the cast, but the trailer swayed me. It pushed me to put it into my top 10 most anticipated of the fall. So I'm going to say slightly Anatomy of a Fall, but for a teaser, which is what the Killer trailer was, that got me going, man. I thought that was absolutely awesome. If you guys didn't see, I did a reaction for the Killer teaser trailer this morning. You can go watch that after the stream. But let me just say, I'm hyped from that. Not what I expected. I expected slower paced, more of that Seven Zodiac feeling. I got more of a Fight Club feeling. And honestly, I got more of a Panic Room feeling. Like that really fast paced, more, I'd say overly climactic vibe rather than something like Seven. And Seven's one of my favorite movies of all time. But the Killer looks great, man. The pacing of that movie, I feel like it's just going to fly by. So I can't wait to see that film. Regardless, the Anatomy of a Fall trailer. If you haven't seen that, please, guys, go check it out. We do have some super chats, by the way. I want to get to those super chats for sure. Again, you guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for dropping the like already, man. We're past 20. That's amazing. If you guys want to share the stream, I don't know where you'd share it. If you want to share it somewhere, I heard that helps. That'd be cool. It's my fault because I always do these streams very last second, and I don't do any promotion for them. So I need to start promoting the streams more before I do the streams. That would help out quite a bit. Hey, Austin. Great year for women directors. Can we get 3 woman directors nominated? Celine Song. I think that could happen. Greta Gerwig. Maybe. And Emerald Fennell for Saltburn. Yeah, man, that little Saltburn tease we got there with Barry Keoghan, that looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it's very possible, especially, no Dune Part 2, right? And some of these other films are either going to be moved or may not live up to the hype. I think it's very possible we get 3 woman directors, at least 2, right? Celine Song should be a lock. I don't know if Song's going to be a lock, but she should be. And I do believe there's so much potential with Saltburn. Saltburn could be a major Oscar player, talking acting nominations, talking directing nominations, and possible screenplay nom in there as well. So some really good things in the pipeline for, just in general. I think this Oscar movie season is shaping up to be exciting. Now, less exciting because no Dune, once again. In the arms of an angel. Yeah, it makes me sad. But I still think we're going to get some great films. Seeing that trailer for The Killer was just like cherry on top. Yes, please. Yeah, and Nolan or Scorsese are getting 2. Absolutely. I just feel like, The Killers of the Flower Moon trailer sold me so hard on what that movie was. Not that it needed selling because it's Scorsese, but I didn't think it would be that good, the trailer. I did not think the trailer would rock that hard. And obviously Oppenheimer, I love the film. I think it's absolutely incredible, and I think it's going to get a lot of Oscar nominations. Hey, man, we have super chats. And as always, I want to make sure I'm getting to the super chats. Let me know how the stream's looking, how it's sounding, if the music's actually playing in the background, because I tried to do it last time and it wasn't playing. Favorite movie trailer? We talking all time, Wyatt? That's tough. I always go back to the Mad Max Fury Road trailer. That's one of my absolute favorites. I go back to the Man of Steel trailer is phenomenal, fantastic. Man, there's so many good ones. recently, that trailer for the Batman was amazing. This year, I would say it's Killers of the Flower Moon, but the Dune Part 2 trailer was spectacular. But all time, if we're just talking big action movies, that Mad Max trailer, that very first, maybe it was trailer number 2, but that got me so hooked on what this movie could be. And I already knew it would be special from that point on. And everybody always talks about Man of Steel. That's a very easy one to talk about. We have Hayden. Awesome, been a huge fan for a long time. Officially hit 71 subs. That's great. That's awesome. Man, people will look at 71 subs and say, oh, that's no. You have 71 people who follow you. 71 people. My high school senior class, an entire class of kids, was 77 people. You have 71 people who follow you. That's freaking awesome, man. You, John Campia, the Real Rejects Flick Pick. Don't put John in there. What are you doing? Just kidding. The Real Rejects Flick Pick and others have inspired me. Hopefully, I can meet you one day. That would be amazing, Hayden. Where are you from? Don't give me your address. Some people do that. Just tell me where you from, where you live. That's pretty freaking cool. I'd love to go subscribe to you, by the way. Mike said that 71 stalkers. Congrats. Yeah, you can look at it that way. You can definitely look at it that way. But I always, I think it's so funny just talking about subscriber counts, because some people, they look down on, oh man, I only have 15, 20 subscribers. And it doesn't seem like that much when you're looking at 15, 20. But if you start to think about it, how big is a classroom? A classroom's 20 plus kids, right? That's a whole classroom of people watching your videos. It's pretty cool. And like he said, 71 subscribers. That was my entire high school class watching your videos. It's pretty cool, man. That's pretty freaking cool. So looking at it that way is awesome. That's a huge congrats. Every subscriber counts. And that 100 mark can't come soon enough. If you guys that are here who are watching this right now, you want to go check out Hayden, I think that'd be a really cool thing to do. So what do they do? They send everybody over to the stream. What's it called? There's a name to it on Twitch. Let's do that. Let's do that to Hayden's channel. Let's try to get him to 100. I think that would be super cool. Celebrating 100. That's a freaking awesome number. The first 100 is always the best. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Okay. Man, I really want to get to some of these super chats, and I want to start with Stumbo's Media Outlet. By the way, we have 60 people here again for not promoting the stream tonight. I'm pretty happy with this. Hey, if one of you 60 people are here, if you just dropped in, if you just stopped by to say hi, and you want to leave a like, I'm not begging. Okay, I'm begging. But if you want to leave a like, man, that'll help the stream so much. It always seems to, once we pass that 50 threshold, always seems to boost the stream. And then once we pass that 100 threshold, I start ascending. My body ascends and my spirit watches over my body while I do the live stream. That was stupid. Toxic Gamer says, hello, Toxic. Hello. How you doing? Keep it moving. Pat McAfee. By the way, we have somebody from New York, baby. I might be going to New York. If I can conjure the will to step away from my baby girl for a couple of days. It's going to be hard. I don't know if I can do it, to be honest with you. I love her too much to leave her. But if I can do that, I might be in New York in October. Maybe more than once. Maybe twice. So maybe seeing you there, my friend, New York. And then I believe Hayden said from Texas. Nice. I've been to Texas a couple of times. Visiting my buddy 3C Films. Stopping through Texas a few times to visit family in other states. Very cool. Movie Nitpicker said, yeah, I say stupid things. And I will continue to say stupid things. That's okay, right? We all say stupid things. But me more than most. Yeah, let's go to Ian. Ian's my guy, man. Ian, whenever Ian stops by, it puts a smile on my face. And Ian, a.k.a. Stumbo's Media Outlet, says, really? Oh, you're breaking my heart. First super chat of the day. Gotta shout him out. Number one super chat, $20 super chat. Incredible. Thank you for the support. Just so you know, I take all of your money and I spend it and I gamble. No, I'm just kidding. I hope YouTube doesn't destroy the stream for me saying that. No, it always tries to go back into the channel. And I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Right now, my next goal for this channel is to replace this little guy right here. Maybe go for a new microphone. So, Ian, your super chat is much appreciated. Yeah, the Dune thing sucks. It really, really sucks. We'll have to see what happens with the Oscars. Just wanted to say thanks for always being so nice to me, and I hope to meet you someday. I still can't believe I've never met you. I feel like I know you, Ian, just because you're always conversing with me, always asking amazing questions. So thanks for that. Hope to meet you someday. You're the best. Never miss your reviews, and I always miss when you don't ask a question, Ian. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, like I know you're in Northern Ohio, and to be honest with you, there haven't been a lot of screenings in the Columbus area in a while. So yeah, hopefully I come back up to Columbus soon. And I told you, if I ever need a guest, I'll let you know for sure. Because my brother's got a big boy job now, so he may not be able to go with me every time. I can't believe my little brother has a job. Why does he have a job? Why? He's just weird. I don't know what he does. What does he do? I have no clue. Ian, you're awesome, man. Thanks so much for asking. And we're gonna mourn the departing of Dune together. We will be sad, but we will carry on. Let me know the stream's messing up. The Wi-Fi thing pops up, and anytime it pops up, the stream's like, so I don't know if it's doing that. So if it's doing that, you let me know. Specifically what I just did. If it's not doing that, don't tell me. Okay, Mike, what are you doing, Mike? Henceforth, I was already using that voice. Austin's name shall be said with a Taylor pronunciation like Smaug. You're welcome. So all of you, thanks to Mike, will call me Austin. Not Austin. Austin, like Smaug. Okay? Now, Mike said that. I didn't say that. Mike said that. So if you guys want to call me Austin, that would be that would be fantastic. Mike, always causing trouble. I'm happy you're here, though. Listen, I'm really happy you're here. You always make me smile, make me laugh. Sometimes you make me be like, okay, what are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's just my wife. Yes, TJT. No, that's more like Austin or Austin, right? We need a Austin, okay? That's just Mike. That's Mike's rules. By the way, somebody said the stream was messing up. Please don't mess up, stream. We need you to work tonight. This is a big deal. How many likes do we have? 39? That's not enough. We need more. Robert, with just the super chat, not a question. Let me see. Let me make sure there's no questions surrounding you here, Robert. I probably just broke the microphone from screaming. Let's see, Robert. I don't see a question, but I do see a super chat. So thank you, Robert, for the support. $5 super chat. That's $5 of gumballs. I was at a restaurant the other day and they had a gumball machine, and I kid you not, I walked around and asked people for a quarter, and I'm how do you pass that up? I haven't seen a gumball machine in so long. There were two gumballs left. There was a red and a white, and I wanted the white so bad. I got the red one. I don't know why I wanted the white one. I got the red one. I was so disappointed. Robert, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to waste all of your money on quarters, and I'm going to go around and look for gumball machines. Austin Burke of Lexington, Kentucky. That sounds good. I like that. I really like that. Rocky McFly. You can only watch one. Oh boy. If you can only watch one movie, which one are you watching? Creator or Rebel Moon? Rocky McFly coming in hot with a great question. As always, Rocky McFly, the profile pic is a banger. Nice little Arrival throwback. You know, and I said this on my most anticipated. I have the Creator slightly above Rebel Moon in terms of movies I'm anticipating. There's something about that trailer for the Creator and really just the way that they've been marketing this movie that has me like, this could be something that maybe people aren't expecting. This could be something special. And I'm not going to say it's going to be the best movie of the year, not even the best sci-fi movie of the year, but it could be well, maybe now with no Dune, it could be something special. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, and not that I like Zack Snyder. I would say I like Zack Snyder more than some critics because I am more forgiving for the lack of a great script because of that visual style. And admittedly, not all of his movies work. But Rebel Moon, I was sitting here worried, like, I don't want it to be a full-on Star Wars ripoff. The trailer has to sell me. The cast is great, but there's not that one lead, like, I don't know. It's a lot of performers, actors, actresses that aren't as A-list as maybe. So I'm like, what is this going to be? Is it going to be a Star Wars ripoff, or is it going to be something else? Here's my thing about the Rebel Moon trailer. I'm still a little nervous about the story, but oh my, is that not a just visually crazy, stylistic, interesting, and yes, it has a Star Wars flair, yes, it has a Dune flair, original-looking sci-fi movie, right? So we're getting pieces of other big franchises that we've seen before, but it still has that original feeling to it that I like. So, you know, even though I would say I'm looking more forward to the creator as an original film, to not see, especially since Rebel Moon is a part 1 and a part 2, to not see Rebel Moon, I feel like I may be missing out on something. I may be missing out on an experience. It's going to be a big 2-part thing. It's going to be all the rage on Netflix. So I'm going to say, even though I'm looking forward to the creator more, I would watch Rebel Moon over the creator because I don't want to miss out on that experience. I don't want to miss out, right? And it could fall flat on its face. I'm not denying that. It's taking pieces of Star Wars, you know, Dune. I saw it has a little, like a tiny bit of it could get a little crazy like Mad Max, you know, a tiny bit of a Harry Potter vibe in that trailer. So I guess the complaint of it lacking originality, that's warranted. But if you take all of those things and you make it fresh, that's fine. You know, people say all the time, well, they watch Dune and they're like, well, it's just trying to be Star Wars. Well, Dune, the book, came a long time ago. So was Star Wars trying to be Dune? And it's one of those things that not everyone loves Zack Snyder. So there's going to be a lot of butting heads surrounding this film. I'm going Rebel Moon. I'm spending too long on that little spiel that I was on. But there's no denying the creator looks fantastic. Rocky McFly. It's a good question. Original sci-fi films. The Pandemonium 44. Today kicked my butt. Hey, that's okay. I've had a couple of days in the last couple of weeks that have kicked my rear really hard. So I feel you there. So I'm going to watch Paddington 2 in a bit to lift the spirits. Do you have any pick-me-up or comfort movies? What a good question. I love that question, the Pandemonium 44. You know, I could, back in the day, I had an array of films that I would watch that made me feel better. First up was always Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That was always the movie I would watch to make me feel better. It would lift my spirits. It would put me in a good mood. Big old smile on my face every time it ended. It's a special film, and it made me feel special while watching it. But I would often go to the comedy world. As a big Adam Sandler comedy fan growing up, Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, those were two just crazy comfort movies. You move over a little bit around the same time period. One that I love is Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy made me smile, made me laugh every time. Chris Farley, David Spade, their camaraderie, their back and forth, just amazing. And then you got one that I don't talk about as much anymore, but I loved this movie growing up, and I think the sequel may have soured it just a little bit, but Zoolander. I always thought Zoolander was a hilarious film, and I would watch that growing up all the time. And then, you know, at a point in my life, I kind of moved into that little more raunchy comedy side of things, so I got into Superbad. Got really into Superbad, man. That movie was hilarious when I was young. And it was the perfect time in my life for that to hit me. Just it's you know what, it's edgy. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before, and it's got all of these crazy comedic superstars who are so big now. That was definitely one that defined my childhood. But all of those movies, just full on comfort films, man. And anything Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura 2. I'm a defender of Ace Ventura 2. I always have been. Dumb and Dumber, The Mask was always a great one. And The Truman Show was always one that I would watch. It's not the most comforting movie in the world, but it was always one that I watched, and I really enjoyed watching. So a lot of those 90s I guess, Count Ferris Bueller, a little bit in the 80s, but 90s, early 2000s comedic films. Those are my comfort movies. And one that I always say and get a lot of heat for is Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. I love those films. And The Cat in the Hat, just for comedic making fun of it purposes. But I still watched it a lot because it was hilarious. Okay. That's such a good question, the Pandemonium Fit. More questions like that question. Awesome. Hold on. It looks like we have another super chat here. And I don't know. It looks like one of my studio checks. So they're going to pay me to give a good review. Who's the studio this time? AKA the Blue Futon. What do we got here? Netflix check. Let's go, baby. Getting that Netflix check. Getting paid to get good reviews out. Getting paid, Blue Futon. Thanks for the Netflix check. Was in Alaska, finally back. That's cool. What'd you do in Alaska? That's awesome. My wife and I were talking about going on an Alaskan cruise recently. And then I started talking about the Alaskan bullworm. It's big, hairy, and pink. The killer Oscar noms. Best picture. Ooh. Actor. Ooh. Actress. Yeah. Hey, I like that. Blue Futon. Nobody's talking about Tilda Swinton in The Killer yet. But you see Tilda Swinton in the trailer, and you get that, her name popping up, and it's like, oh, Tilda Swinton is in this movie. I like that for actress. It's not a bad guess. And screenplay. I'm stubborn, and I just can't put Barbie in top 10 for Best Picture for Gold Derby. Past Lives will fade by the end of the year. I got a little bit of pushback for that, Blue Futon, for saying Past Lives wasn't a full-on lock. And if we're talking quality here, man, it should be. Past Lives is a gorgeous, absolutely stunning film. And it's everything you want in an Oscar movie. But at the same time, the release strategy was weird. Like, it didn't really come to a local theater near me. And then it did for a couple days, and then it was gone. And now it's out on VOD. And it's like, I don't know if that's the type of strategy you want for a movie to get nominated for Best Picture, if that makes sense, because it's a film that it's going to get nominated. If it gets nominated, and people are going to say, oh, what was that? What is that? Now, film Twitter and Letterboxd users and us and this space, the space that I'm firmly entrenched in, we know what it is. But my friends who live in Pikeville, Kentucky, they have no bleeping clue what Past Lives is because the release strategy. And so I just don't know if it's going to stay in the zeitgeist. That should. Quality's amazing. It's a top 5 film of the year. It's going to be hard to move it out of my top 10. But I just don't know if I feel like the film probably lost a bunch of money. It's such a bummer that was the case. Like Everything Ever All at Once came out, did well, performed, people saw it. I had friends from Pikeville, Kentucky that knew what it was. And I'm like, okay, you know what it is. That's good. They won't know what Past Lives is. They'll have no clue. No idea. Family members won't know what it is. Friends won't know what it is. And that's how I gauge, because I live in not anymore, but I live in Kentucky, right? This is not a big movie loving community, right? So I gauge the popularity of films based off of if people I know around here have heard of them. No one's heard of Past Lives, and that sucks because it's great. Now that being said, I think the quality's there. And usually if the quality's good enough, that could get the job done. Now with a movie like Mass, a couple years ago, quality was amazing. The release strategy was botched. Now this release strategy is not as bad as that one, but it was botched. And so I was thinking when I watched that movie at the New York Film Festival, I'm like, oh, and Dowd. Yeah, she's a lock. And she should have been a lock, but nobody saw it. So it killed the movie. It killed it. And that stinks. And that should not be the case, right? So let's hope Past Lives can overcome that. What a gorgeous movie, man. If you guys get an opportunity, please go see it. I mean, I think it released on VOD. Beautiful film. And the Blue Futon. And first of all, I love that Tilda Swinton. I might steal that from you, Blue Futon. Tilda Swinton, baby. A surprise, could be a surprise actress nomination. I don't know what the role is in the film, maybe a supporting actress, but still, I love that blue futon. That's great. Ooh, I love it. Congrats to all the channels with subs. Got 2.3K, but a lot of videos. Just takes one to pop off. At 145 movies this year. Woo! There we go. Do the unique films. Keep grinding. 145 movies, blue futon. Amazing. Amazing. That's crazy. And got 2.3K, but a lot of videos. There's nothing wrong with a lot of videos, my friend. That is also amazing. That's a spectacular number. I mean, a really spectacular number. But 145 movies this year, that's great. That's great. I'm curious, Blue Futon, is that original 2023 releases or is that overall? I'm thinking overall. Overall, I think that's great. But if that's 145 new releases, I'm going to be like, whoa, that's crazy. And I think I'm still under 100. Now, granted, I did have a child this year, so I've not been watching as many movies as I have in previous years. But I'm trying my best to get over that 100 mark, man. That's why I woke up and watched Vacation Friends 2 this morning. I'm saying I'm going to watch some movies. And little Riley, the baby's starting daycare next week. So I'll get a little more done. But I'll also be sad in the process because I love her and I don't ever want her to leave ever in my life. Because she's the most amazing thing in the world. Let's see here. Yeah, Blue Futon, much appreciated. That's amazing. Just takes one to pop off. Absolutely. But I am so happy that you're doing well, especially with your movie watching. 145 movies. Again, that is so freaking spectacular. Yeah, that's so crazy. Let's see. And I was looking, and sorry, I was getting off track there. I think do I see Guy at the Movies here? You're one of the best out there in terms of film and television streaming. What keeps you going? First of all, Guy at the Movies. What keeps you going, my friend? You are on the grind constantly. Amazing work across the board. Love the new logo. If you guys aren't subscribed to Guy at the Movies, if you don't have Guy at the Movies on Instagram, if you don't have Guy at the Movies on Twitter, please, 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 this is a freaking great page across the board. Great podcast. You and Math Teacher Movie. I mean, just a great duo. I love your guys' work. I really do. And I appreciate your support so much. You asked the question, what keeps you going? Well, for a while there, it was just solely the love of movies. The idea that they can make you feel a type of way and they can have you, completely shifting moods. When you're in a terrible mood, you go watch a movie, it puts you in a good mood. When you're in a great mood and you watch a film like Prisoners, you have that feeling of, I can't believe I just experienced that. And it changes your sometimes movies can change your outlook on life. Sometimes they can change your perspective. You see a film like Oppenheimer can change the way you think about filmmaking. Movies are crazy. Movies are awesome. And for a while, that was the only thing that kept me going. So I would wake up really early and do the Netflix stuff and watch things at 3 o'clock in the morning before I was getting screeners. And, even now I drive 3 hours to basically every screening I go to in any direction. Indianapolis, Columbus, Nashville. But for a little bit, more recently, to be honest with you, I was kind of like I think I've just been pushing myself a little too hard. Just a little too hard. And that's okay. It's okay to push yourself. But I think I was pushing myself a little overboard. So I've tried to scale back more as of late, especially having a beautiful baby girl. But I've learned to kind of pace myself. I don't want to say a bit better, but a bit more in terms of don't overdo it. Don't try to cram in 3 movies in one day. Don't travel 4.5 hours for a screening if you don't have to. If it's not going to really help you in the long run at the end of things, at the end of the day. Don't push yourself to where your anxiety just starts to catch up with you. And that's how I was feeling for a little bit. But I scaled back and I started doing more things like this, more live streams, and I started doing things outside of YouTube in terms of little gigs. Yeah, I just did a wedding. I haven't done a wedding in 4 years, and I accepted doing a wedding. I said, I'll do it. And I told myself 4 years ago, never doing a wedding again. But now I'm like, you know what? Let's go out and do something different. Let's not just do YouTube. Let's do YouTube and things outside of that, and maybe help a business here and there. And you know, who knows? Maybe go out and work for another company one of these days. But I'm always going to keep YouTube as the focus. I'm always going to keep YouTube at the forefront because I love it. I love it too much to not do it, even though I overdo it and I push myself sometimes a bit too far. But and I'm sure you do the same thing. I'm sure you feel the same way sometimes. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're getting there. And your page is amazing, as all. Again, please just go subscribe to Guy at the Movies. And that logo is so cool. What a ballin' logo. Let's keep going here. We got one from Shelly Lee. Got to get to Shelly Lee. Amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat, Shelly Lee. Is this your first super chat? First or second, maybe? I know I've seen you before in the chats, but I can't remember if you've sent a super chat. That's amazing. Dude, this is just for your amazing... Shelly, you're going to make me blush on the street. Don't make me blush, Shelly. Thank you so much. This is just for your amazing eyes. I can look at them all day. That's awesome. That is so sweet. Too nice, Shelly. That is, you know, my wife says she likes my eyes. And I was thinking, is our daughter going to have blue or brown eyes? Now, they say you don't know until the 6-month mark. But they're still blue. So, as of now, my daughter's got the same eyes as me. All babies start out with blue eyes, but they say around the 2-month mark, you start getting those little gold speckles if they're going to turn brown, and she doesn't have that yet. Now, I'm going to be more than happy if she has brown eyes because my wife has brown eyes. But if she has blue eyes, my little girl, you know, and I want that. You know why I want that? Because she looks like my wife. She has my nose. Let me see if I can pull up a picture here. Not that you asked about the baby, but I'm going to bring her up because that's what parents do, right? She has my nose, but she has my wife's features everywhere else. She has the spacing between her eyes, her lips, her ears, everything. So I'm like, I have to have something else. I have to have one more thing. Can I get blue eyes? Can I get the nose and the blue eyes? Would be amazing. So I'm hoping that we've already done the Punnett squares. I think there's like a 30-something% chance. That's right. We did Punnett squares. So I hope she gets these eyes. Either way, she's beautiful. She knows that. She doesn't know that. She just knows blah, 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 blah. That's all she can say right now. But I love it. It's cute. Oh my goodness. I sounded like the guy on SpongeBob. Oh my goodness. Rocky McFly. That. Wow. I don't have words. And you didn't even ask a question. You just sent an amazing super chat. Rocky McFly. My goodness. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know what to say. I don't have any, I don't know what to say. That is, I think that's the biggest super chat I've ever gotten on a live stream. Also, we have 69 viewers. It can't get any better than this. We have 69 viewers. Wow, man. That is, that's awesome. Hey, I need everybody to say thank you because I don't think me saying thank you to Rocky McFly is enough for this specific super chat. So I need everybody to say thank you to Rocky McFly for a spectacular donation to the channel. That means, yeah, wow. Yeah, Rocky says he'll be booking you for this. Listen, I don't even know how see, that's when I feel like I don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't deserve that. But I know it is in support of this channel. So that's, I genuinely don't deserve that. But thank you. And just know that everything you all donate goes back into the channel. Trust me on that one. Hey, I got new lights. Did you see the new lights? That came from these live streams. So, I'm always trying to improve, make things better, man. I want to keep kind of going up in quality just because I feel like that's important to you. Now, obviously that's it all comes down to, do you care about what I have to say? That's the main point of the channel. And I don't blame you if you don't, because to be honest, I don't care about what I have to say half the time. But on a technical side of things, man, I'm always trying to improve the camera, obviously, but the microphone's the next thing that has to be replaced. And I keep switching up the background and keep buying new lights. And my wife's like, what'd you buy for $60 on Amazon? I'm like, honey, there's a sale on LED lights and I have to have them. And then she says, no, you don't have to have them. And she's right. But I don't want to tell her she's right, because I'm always right. So, Rocky, thank you. Amazing. Mike says, nice one, Rocky. Thank you, Rock McFly. Blue Futon says, hell yeah, Rocky. That's crazy, man. Hang on. Now, before we continue, first of all, I'm going to keep going back to Rocky, because Rocky's my guy today. That's crazy. Is that a film drunk? Somebody said a wild film drunk has appeared? Is this a wild film drunk? What are you doing here? You have better things to do than to watch me. I should be watching you right now. All right, what are we doing? Hey, you better be in New York. I'm not saying I'm going to the New York Film Festival yet. I'm not confirming that. But you better be there. I'm gonna be pissed if you're not there. I'm gonna try my best to make it to the New York Film Festival, but I gotta get away. I gotta get away from the baby, and I can't do that. I can't find it in my heart and soul. We dropped her off at daycare on Monday or yesterday for the first time to test it, because she starts full-time next week, and my soul left my body. I was so upset. I'm like, you people are amazing and super nice, but I'm not leaving my daughter with you people. She's my daughter. So if I can get away, I'm gonna be there. I'm just saying, Film Rock, you better be there. That's all I'm saying. Somebody said, are you coming to TIFF? Won't be able to do TIFF this year. That's a little too far. Just, the whole young kid thing, but she'll grow. Hopefully she'll grow. So one of these days, maybe next year will be the first year for TIFF. I would love to do TIFF, Venice. I would love to do all of those. The Cannes Film Festival that's a dream, but it's just so, it's like you have to pay your own way. That's the first part. You have to pay your own way. And then there's just so much that goes into it. And then when you apply, you don't know what movies are going to be there, I believe. Now, New York Film Festival, I knew what movies were going to be there. But sometimes you apply early enough, you just don't know. So, hey, one of these days I'll make it to some of these other countries and some of these other film festivals. But I've been doing New York for, this will be my third year. I love it. I love going, man. I love going to the great spots. John's at Bleecker. Hello. Best pizza in the world. Got the best freaking lobster roll I've ever had in my life last year. God, I do want to go. Never mind. Kneel before Rocky. Yes, kneel before Rocky McFly and his donation to the channel that I don't deserve. The Blue Futon says, 145 2023 releases, very impressive. That's what I assumed. I mean, if it was 145 new releases, I would crown you king of Letterboxd and Film Twitter right now. Still impressive. That's more than me, Blue Futon. More than I've logged on Letterboxd. I'm so behind at logging on Letterboxd, man. With the kid, I've just not logged that much this year. But yeah, that's really great, Blue Futon. And yes, Alaskan Disney Cruise. How was that? Part of me wants to do that. Part of me wants to do an Alaskan Disney Cruise, because we've been talking about Disney cruises anyway. Now that we have a little baby girl, but an Alaskan Disney Cruise, I feel like that would be really fun. I know it's cold. I get it. But I feel like that would be really fun. So cool you were able to do it. Just let me know how it was. I'm genuinely interested. I've always wanted to do a cruise in general. By the way, we have 69 people watching. Back to the best number. If you guys are here and you haven't liked the stream yet, it would be amazing, spectacular, bombastic, really cool if you wanted to drop a like on this stream. We've passed 50. Look at us. We're doing good, everybody. We're doing good. I went to my hometown of Pikeville, Kentucky this weekend. And my wife says anytime I go to Pikeville, Kentucky, my accent starts to come out. Now, you guys don't really know what my accent sounds like because I've masked it. I've taken class. I took a college class. The Kentucky accent is so bad. There are actual college courses at Kentucky colleges to get rid of your accent. And I don't say bad as in it's bad. I just say it's strong, very strong. So yes, I used to have a very strong accent, and whenever I go home where I grew up, the accent comes back, and I love it. I love it. The only reason it's gone is because I took a class, but it gets really strong. And anytime I'm around my parents or my friends, it starts to come out of me. Starts to come out. Mike says, well, let's hear it then. It's weird because it's like I can't, like, I've just got to be around. Well, you can kind of tell, like, when I used to go visit my cousin in Ohio, she would say 5. And I would say 5. She would say 5. I'd say 5. It's 5. That's where you start to get the accent. Pikeville. Not Pikeville, where I grew up. It's Pikeville. Okay? Not Louisville. It's Louisville. It's not Louisville. It's Louisville. That's the accent. All right. But I need to spend an entire 24 hours with my friends to get it back. Somebody said do one video with the accent. It's just it's like I have to mold into my old personality for it to start coming out. That's crazy. I've lived in a city for 6-7 years now. So it's just kind of disappeared. I'm a chameleon. I just, wherever I'm at, man, I adapt. Okay. What does Catwoman say in Dark Knight Rises? I'm adaptable. Guy at the movies says, people don't realize how hard you work, how much you've sacrificed. Absolutely. And I know that applies to every single person in the space. And now you have a new reason to grind. One of my favorites. I was first a fan, but now I'm glad to call you a friend. And yeah, listen, our time in Philly was so much fun. I was able to meet you there. I was hoping to meet you again or get to see you again this year. And I know things didn't get to work out, but we'll get to see each other again, And it's funny, Joe, I have families. I have a family that live about 2 hours from Philly. And so they're close. But now my mom and dad, my parents, moved to Virginia, and it's kind of the upper portion of Virginia. So now they're fairly close to Philadelphia and fairly close to New York. So now I have more incentive to go in that direction. So, hey, I'd love to get to see you again, my friend. Next time, hopefully I'll stay longer. Who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll get to go to a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm a Steelers fan, but I love football. And my brother-in-law is a massive Eagles fan. Good time to be an Eagles fan because they're a great team. But he's a massive Eagles fan. One of these days, I would love to go to a game with him. So if we're ever that direction, my goodness, would be so much fun to get to hang out one more time. And that was so great. That was so fun. I know you were kind of busy helping us out this last time, Sean Chandler and I. But hopefully next time we won't have to worry about any of that. We could just maybe make some content, get together and make some content, man. It's much more impactful for me to make content in person with someone else, just because you get to have that face-to-face conversation, which is great. And just meeting people in the space in general, like a guy at the movies or like a 3C Films or Sean Chandler or the Flick Pick, man. It's everything you hope it will be when you meet these guys and girls. Perry Nemiroff was another great one. I have some super chats. I'm going to get back to the super chats. Amazing. Oh, Jedi Connor said, I just subscribed to you for Guy at the Movies. Please. And subscribe to the film. Everybody knows. Everybody subscribe to the Film Drunk and Guy at the Movies. Y'all are professionals. Y'all are pros. But if you haven't done it yet, come on. You got to do it. Some of the best in the business, man. My daughter didn't have blue eyes when she was born. They were black. Woo! Roman said, does that mean she's the Antichrist? Look, I am not a priest. I can't answer that question. All I can say is that's slightly terrifying. I bet she was beautiful, but that is slightly terrifying. Amazing. Batman Beyond for live action movie thoughts, fan cast, director pick. Oh, that's tough. Boy, very, very tough. fan cast is hard. I don't know who would be a good in terms of a director. You know, we've always said Macquarie would do a good job with a DC movie. Why not tackle something like Batman Beyond? I think that would be awesome. A name that comes to mind though, and I see that trailer for the creator, I'm like, Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards for a Batman Beyond movie. That style fits that big epic sci-fi look and feel. I think that would be really sweet. I don't know if we'll ever get a Batman Beyond film. I thought we would get one with Michael Keaton. Turns out that's not going to happen, but that would be really cool. By the way, guys, I just saw a couple people liked this video. We're up to 61 likes, which is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Do Good says, I love the collabs with the Flick Pick. I love your individual takes, but I feel that we get the best takes when we have someone to bounce off of opinions. That's a beautiful way to put it. Completely agree. Completely agree. It's so much easier. First of all, you get a chance when you're able to bounce opinions off of somebody, you get a chance to take a breath. You get a chance to breathe when someone else is talking and kind of gather your thoughts as they're talking. That's great. But it's also the camaraderie. Like, don't tell John I said this. Don't tell him, because I don't want him to know. You know, I want him to think I hate him. No, I'm just kidding. No, I feel like whenever I am with John, with the Flick Pig, I'm the best version of myself, because I feel like I can just be open and honest with him, because I know him so well at this point, and he never fails to crack me up in the video, so that makes me want to be funnier and stupider. So I feel like that's the best version of me when I have somebody like that to bounce opinions off of, which is amazing. And so, God, I need to see John again, man. It's been too long. We haven't had any screenings. No screenings lately in the two areas that we normally meet up in. So I wonder how he's doing. He's a working man now. Wonder how John's doing. I need to text him. But yeah, I feel like you get the best version of me when I have somebody to bounce my opinions off of. Even my brother. The silly little boy he is, always having this dry humor to him, but that's why we get along so well, because he has the dry humor. I'm very outlandish and outgoing. So that I enjoy, maybe even more than just being here by myself talking, man. It's just fun to have people. It's really fun to have people. Please beg Sean Chandler to see Past Lives, Joyride, Theater Camp, Asteroid City, The Blackening. I was just texting Sean yesterday. I will be sure to send that text. No, I'm not going to tell him to see all of those things, but I probably will tell him he needs to see Past Lives. I would love to see what he thought. Now, that's not necessarily his. He doesn't love that type of movie as much as he loves other types of films, more the independent film type of thing. He's more of a blockbuster guy, and he's more of a action heavy, you know, that type of. I think, what's his favorite movie right now of the year? I believe it's Spider-Verse, and then I think he loved Mission Impossible 7. But I did watch Everything Ever All at Once with him, and that was a great experience. We had a freaking blast together. So I'd love for him to watch Past Lives. Let's say, when Austin started stuttering after saying his brother, I straight up thought he forgot Josh's name. No, it's my brother's interesting, man. I don't know how to describe him. He has dry humor. He's very monotone. He was always a kid growing up. He was like, man, I wish I could get a girlfriend. And all the girls were in love with him. See, me, I was the opposite. I was talkative, begging women to love me, and no one would love me. He was like, yeah, whatever. And girls were just like, ooh, he doesn't care. So, but that we were just the opposite. And that's why we work so well together, is because we get along in that way. They say opposites attract. And I think it's the same case for siblings. You know, you can be the exact opposite, but you're always going to get along with your brother or sister if you have a pretty good bond. And I like to say my brother and I have one. Josh is interesting. I always hear you about your love for the Steelers, but do you watch basketball? So who is your team? You know, it's funny. I don't necessarily have an NBA team. I like NBA players. I like following, specifically UK players. I like following them around. I was a pretty big Jokic fan this season, so I was pretty happy to see that. And obviously they have a couple of UK guys on the team, Jamal Murray. But I like following individual players. Then, of course, you know, We're talking college basketball. Kentucky, big Kentucky fan. Live in Kentucky, that makes sense. Your description of your brother reminds me of Loki. That's a great way to put it. My brother is Loki. I could see that. Hey, shout out to Rocky McFly for being awesome. I just want to say that again. I can't thank Rocky McFly enough. It's physically impossible. I enjoyed the show Peripheral. A little bum it's canceled. And this is from Jason Nelson. Jason, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Saw your initial review of the first 2 episodes. What did you think of the last 6 episodes? I liked the show quite a bit, Jason. I enjoyed it. And I was really excited. I was really excited to see where this was going to go. I think there's a lot of potential there. And I just don't understand why, from a monetary perspective, I kind of get it. Because they've already invested a lot into that series. Then we have the strikes. That pushes a show like that back. You're going to have to invest more money to get it to where you want it to be. And I get it. They just don't want to do that. But I think this show was successful. I heard a lot of people talking about the Peripheral. And most of the time, when you have a show like this, it often, if the second season is as good as the first, if not better, it's going to make people want to go back and watch the first season. We saw that in something like The Boys, right? The Boys season 1 was amazing and people were really excited for it, but it didn't reach that general zeitgeist until later on, maybe season 2, season 3, right? Where my friends, like I said, that's kind of where how many people are listening and watching this. My friends are like, hey, have you seen The Boys? And I'm like, first of all, if you don't know, I haven't seen The Boys, you haven't watched my channel. Watch my videos, bro. Just kidding. But yeah, The Boys caught on after 2 or 3 seasons. With The Peripheral, it has its fans. It needs another season or 2 to expand outside of that bubble. And I'm so disappointed that it's not going to get that opportunity now because it's canceled. And Amazon, I feel like from what I've seen on Twitter, there's a rumor that there's going to be another cancellation for a show that we got 1 season of. I feel like it's going to be the Chris Pratt show, which I thought was okay. I probably prefer the Peripheral, but either way, man, to see these shows get canceled, it's a similar, not the same feeling, but a similar feeling to what I had when I saw Mindhunter. It's like there's so much potential with where this could go. You're limiting that potential. You're canceling a show like this. It stinks. It really, really stinks. By the way, Mindhunter being canceled is the biggest mistake Netflix has ever made, Netflix ever will make. It makes me angry. Let's continue. Let's see here, guys. We got a lot of great questions that aren't super chats. And I just want to remind everyone who has sent a super chat, who will send a super chat, thank you so much for sending those super chats today. It really does help the channel. But more importantly, man, your love and your passion is what keeps this channel going. So thank you for that. Favorite film Twitter follows. Man, there's so much. We got, man, Zoe. That's a great follow. Matt Naglia. It's a great follow. Always love interacting with the Oscar experts. They're great follows. Man, I know I'm missing so many. A lot of the outlet guys, the variety guys, the Hollywood Reporter guys, the ones that don't, spoil the movie before it comes out. Because some of those people do that. I'm just like, piss off. What's wrong with you people? Perry Nemiroff's a good film Twitter follow. I like Perry. She's very nice. That's why I always talk about Perry, because she was nice to me. So I feel like I want to be nice to her. Terminal List. That's it. Yes, Terminal List. I think I don't want to make you sad, Jason. But I saw on Twitter, Terminal List might be in trouble. So I hope not. I hope that's not the show they were talking about. But I think it might be in trouble. Peripheral getting canceled after being renewed. Yeah, and that's the thing about these movies, guys. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Dame. I'm glad you said that. It was renewed. Amazon renewed it. And they said, yeah, we're good. So I'm like, duh. What are we doing? It's crazy. What are we doing here, guys? So, yeah, it stinks, man. It stinks. Really does. I made the mistake of watching the entire Saw franchise. My favorite is obviously the first, but I was wondering what your top 3 movies are in the Saw franchise. And I know I have a list on Letterboxd because I was just looking at that list.
So I'm going to cheat and tell you what my list is. So off the top of my head, I'm going to say, I know I love the first one first. I think I have Saw 2 second. And I want to say I have Saw 4. Or Saw 6. But I didn't hate Jigsaw either. All right, I got to look it up. All right, we're looking it up. I know Saw 1 and Saw 2 is number 1 and 2. But I'm looking it up to see what the next one is. All right, so yeah, we've got... So here we go. Saw 1 is 1. Saw 2 is 2. Saw 6 and Spiral are like neck and neck. So I didn't love either of these films, but I don't love a lot of the movies in this franchise. But Saw 6 and Spiral are neck and neck. So, and apologies, I kind of just lost your question there. So it's hard for me to give you an answer right now, but obviously we're going to have to do some sort of a refresh list with the new movie coming out. And then after that, I think Saw 4 would be next on my list here. Yeah, Saw 4 would be next. From there on, it's a huge drop-off in quality. I don't think Saw 3 is a good movie. I don't think Jigsaw is a good movie. I don't think Saw 3D is a good movie. And I think Saw 5 is absolutely terrible. So it's not a franchise that I love, but 1 and 2 are pretty good. 1's really good. 2's good. But I've never been too big on the franchise, to be honest with you. Hopefully the last Saw film be finished needs to end. Yeah, Eddie, I thought the last one was going to be the last one, but now it's not the last one. Now this one's the last one. But it won't be the last one. Never is. How do you feel about the one-liner reviews on Letterboxd? Me personally, I don't get mad about them like some people do, and sometimes they're funny. Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind those. I can't do that. Otherwise, I would log every movie I see, but I can't do that. It's like my OCD wants to write 2 paragraphs, and I can't just put 1 line, or my OCD's like, no, Austin, don't do that. So personally, I wouldn't do 1 line. Well, unless I hate the film. I think I did 1 line for Meg 2, because Meg 2 sucked. And again, I didn't have anything to say about it because I was angry. But if it's something that I'm passionate about, 1 line I couldn't do. But I don't mind them. It's fine. It's an app for everybody to use in a different way. I do hate the fact that some people are finding the app that have dreadful opinions now. Because used to, everybody on Letterboxd, and if they had an opinion that I disagree with, they would be able to explain themselves. Now you got those people that are like, I'm gonna give Avengers Endgame 1 star because I don't like Iron Man. It's like, shut up. Why are you here? Get out of here. Go outside. Shave your head and get in a trash can. I don't know. What about Saw 3? Yeah, Saw 3 is a little lower down for me. I don't love Saw 3. I know some people enjoy it. Not a big fan. Just saw Strays the other day. Hilarious, heartwarming, but predictable. 4 stars. Nice. Yeah, Strays was pretty funny. I'm with you on the predictability. A little cliche, but it's pretty funny. You can just log it without writing a review. That's true. But again, though, me thinking about me logging something without a review, I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. But one of these days, I'm going to get a movie. It's going to make me so mad. I'm probably going to do that. So, it's not about the number of lines. It's about the gist of what you think about the film. It's a good way to put it. Do good. It's a good way to put it. I like that. Sometimes the one-liners crack me up, to be honest with you, man. But again, everybody's going to use the app in a different way. I don't mind one-liners. I don't mind 20 paragraphs. Am I going to read 20 paragraphs? No, but I don't mind it. It's fine. Let's see. Eddie, thank you for being here. How old James Cameron? I have no clue. Let's see. Let's do a quick Google search because that's 60. Oh baby, 69. Let's go. Let's go. Wait, James Cameron is 69, and the live stream has 69 viewers. God is good. It all worked out. It all worked out beautifully. Oh man, y'all Y'all the worst. I hate you. No, I love y'all. That's amazing. I feel like you had to do that on purpose, right? You had to ask me. Wait, 69th like? Do we have 69 likes, 69 people, and James Cameron 69? Wow. What a blessing. Stupid. The Film Drunk says, you pop off on them letterbox reviews. I respect. Oh, hey, thank you. I've been off my game. Since I've been a dad. I'm not really logged a lot. This year in general, I'm not logged a lot. But yeah, I'm going to try to get back on it. And you see, you're a great example. And honestly, you were the first one I thought of when he said the one-line letterbox reviews. I'm like, yeah, how would I not like those? So it's like, yeah, those are perfect. And I wouldn't want you to do anything different. And that's like my thing. Like I probably write too much. I try to write like 2 paragraphs. But it's just like I'm so used to that now. Because that's all I've done on Letterboxd. So now it's like, well, Austin, you've only got 1 paragraph. You've got to write another one. I'm just like, okay. Okay, it's so stupid. Yeah, but yeah, for something like Meg 2, you're not gonna get a lot out of me. You're not gonna get a lot out of me. Yeah, Film Drunk has the best one-liners on Letterboxd, and there are some people that I follow that have amazing one-liners. I'm like, I think that's the thing. I'm not that clever. If I was that clever, I would do it, but I'm not. You guys are more clever than I am. I'm so happy. James Cameron, 69. Wow. What an amazing. So do you think it will be Killers of the Flower Moon or Oppenheimer for Best Picture? Do you think there will be a surprise? You know, you say the words, do you think, will we be surprised by an additional film to be a contender by the end of the year? And I'm going to say yes. Now, I don't know what that movie's going to be. I have no clue. Last year was a rare year where everybody knew Everything Everywhere All at Once was just across the board. It's going to win Best Picture. Nothing's competing. Banshees of Inisherin, is that going to Nah, it's not going to compete. I mean, there were so many examples of films that had hype. The hype died. You know, we'll never forget the Fabelmans hype last year because that was for so long. Oh, that's Best Picture. But then it always reverted back to Everything Everywhere All at Once. And maybe Oppenheimer's that movie. Maybe Oppenheimer's that film. I don't know. But if Killers of the Flower Moon is as good as I think it's going to be, Oppenheimer is not going to be an Everything Everywhere All at Once in terms of a lock. Now, I think it's going to win a lot of Oscars. I think it could win as many, if not more so, than Everything Everywhere. But we're talking specifically Best Picture lock. Killers of the Flower Moon is going to have something to say about that. I can promise you. So it's going to be a battle. God, I can't wait. I'm getting like chills talking about this year's Oscars, man. It's going to be a battle of the ages. A battle for the ages. Sorry. Where you have 2 of the best directors, the biggest directors in the business. Nolan, who has yet to win Best Picture. Scorsese, who has only won it once, going up against each other with, I hope, are some of the best films in their filmography. We know Oppenheimer's one of Nolan's best. Is Killers of the Flower Moon one of Scorsese's best? If it is, there's your some competition. But there are some films that I've seen trailers for, I'm seeing marketing for, to where I could say, yeah, that could be a sleeper. Anatomy of a Fall. That could be a sleeper. Somebody mentioned Napoleon down here. Yeah, maybe Napoleon has a chance. Do I trust Ridley Scott to bring me something as good as Oppenheimer at this point in his career? I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed The Last Duel. I thought it was great. You know, obviously The Martian is amazing. Can that be that good? Not sure, but maybe. And then there are other sleeper movies. And I don't even think this film is... I don't know. I've not seen a ton of people lately, now at the beginning of the year, yes. But The Zone of Interest, I believe, is a film that a lot of people earlier on were predicting for Best Picture. Once that comes out, that could be one where people are like, holy crap, this movie's amazing. This movie's spectacular. So I'm not going to sit here and say Oppenheimer is a 100% lock for Best Picture right now, because it's not. Once I see these films Maybe, but it's not at this point. So, and you guys bring up so many good movies. Damon says Rustin might be a sleeper. Yeah, I like that trailer. I like that trailer. That's a good trailer. And so, and there's you a Best Actor nominee right there in Coleman Domingo. So yeah, I'm Vinny B says, obviously, the Meg 2 is winning Best Picture. Yes. Listen, guys, I am very excited to see what the rest of the year has to offer. You know, after going through and making my most anticipated movies of the year or of the fall, I saw some films that I didn't even know existed where I'm like, yeah, that looks great, man. Or got even more excited. I mean, Flora and Son, obviously John Carney, but then that trailer comes out and it's like, that movie looks beautiful. It looks like a beautiful movie, man. So it could be great, but right now, Oppenheimer reigns supreme. Oppenheimer is my choice for Best Picture at this moment in time. We are at 69 viewers again. Amazing. How spectacular is that? 72 likes. We are no longer at 69 likes. That is sad. You guys are awesome. Hey, my cousin Joseph. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? Jedi Connor says, look who showed up. Joseph Burke. What's going on, man? Think I'll go outside and fly my Hulk kite. Joe, I hope you're doing great, man. Hope you're doing great down in Orlando, Florida. Very cool. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you for being the best in the world. Listen, I want to come see you soon. And I want you to see my baby soon. I don't know if we're going to put the baby on a plane at this point. She doesn't like car rides. I don't know how she'd feel about a plane. But man, I want to see you very bad. Very bad. Somebody sent another super chat. Now hang on. We got to take a break here. We got to take a break. And wow. Okay, well let's work our way down and we'll get to that one, okay? We'll get to that one. First off, Mr. Penguin. Did we do Mr. Penguin yet? Do you think it will be Killers of the Flower Moon and Best Picture, or will we be surprised? We did Mr. Penguin. Now we got Mike. Rank these by disappointment. The Flash, Terminator, Salivation. That's not the name. Or Quantumania. Obviously, you spelled it right, Salvation, but I used to call it Salivation. So, Mike, well, you know, The Flash, again, and I came out after the screening and people were telling me this is the greatest DC film ever. And I'm like, no, I really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I enjoyed The Flash, but it's not the best DC movie. And I was talking to people and they were like, yeah, it's the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. And I'm like, I could name 8 or 9 movies that DC's done that I liked more than The Flash. So I disagree with that. So I guess in that way I was disappointed, but I liked the film. I thought The Flash was good. In, you know, my nitpicks aside, in its own way, I think The Flash was good. So I'm going to say The Flash is last on that list. I would say the most disappointed I've been in a big blockbuster movie this year is Quantumania. Quantumania was such a letdown compared to what I thought it could be. I do think there were some things in the film that salvaged parts of it. You know, Jonathan Majors was great as Kang. I didn't hate some of the comedic bits. Some of them were stupid. Some of them didn't work or make sense. But I think there was enough there to sit here and say, well, it wasn't terrible. But I didn't want to feel about Quantumania, oh, it wasn't terrible. I wanted to be hyped. I wanted it to be this big in-game level experience, and it just wasn't. It just wasn't that good. So, you know, you look at something like Quantumania compared to what it could have been, what we actually got, which was fine. The final product was fine, but seeing that first trailer, I'm like, this could be the next big MCU movie, and it wasn't. So yeah, I was massively disappointed in that film. And the reason I'm not going to put Terminator Salvation in the top spot is because I wasn't really looking forward to Terminator Salvation. It wasn't good. It's a bad movie, but I wasn't really hyped for it. So I can't say I was like massively disappointed in it. I was just like, yeah, it's bad, but yeah, it's bad. So I just think Quantumania is unfortunately a mediocre movie, and that's not what you want out of Marvel. The Flash was good, but I've only seen it once. I need to see it again. It is on Max now. I was thinking about doing some sort of like a reaction video to the movie, but I don't know how to work around copyright, so we're working on that. I would like to do that for some of the big films that come out on these streaming services, though. Here's what I was looking at, and Blue Futon, listen, you did not have to do this. Again, an amazing super chat. I know we had Rocky McFly earlier. Freaking spectacular. Thank you so much. I just spit all over my microphone. That's great. The Blue Futon with the $69.60 69 double 69. You can't get that anywhere. That's amazing. That's freaking awesome. Blue Futon. Is this another Netflix check? Is this what we're doing right now, Netflix? Look, when you're competing with Warner Brothers and Disney to pay me off for good reviews, it's a hard thing to do. I get that. But you're apologizing. So let's see what you have to say. Netflix here to apologize for David Fincher for canceling Mindhunter. I don't know if I can forgive you. Mindhunter is a top tier, spectacular, perfect show that you canceled, Netflix. So I don't think I can forgive you for that. You all get The Killer. Okay, well, there's the consolation prize. We don't get Mindhunter. We do get The Killer. I'll take that. Alaska was 63 degrees. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. When the dead heat of summer is 63 degrees in Alaska, that's not too bad. So I think I'd like to go. Perfect weather and a Disney cruise you will 100% love with a baby. Customer service, A+. Does the film truck need studio checks? Get paid off with me, buddy. We need to get paid off by studios together because that's what I do. Pay me for good reviews. That's somebody's going to get on here one of these days, one of these streams, and think we're being completely serious, and they're gonna take that and they're gonna say, "Wow, Austin gets paid," and then they're not going to look at the overall context. That would never happen, right? Of course, it happens all the time on the internet. I see that, especially in the sports world, man. Misquoting players and people off of interviews and then not taking the full context of the interview. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But here, Netflix is paying me to give good reviews. I appreciate that. Blue Futon. The fact that you work for all of these companies, my friend, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Universal, and Disney, is really impressive. And the fact that this is a $69.69 super chat, I believe, is the most impressive part. So thank you for the very serious super chat. And thank you for encouraging me to go on a cruise around Alaska, because I genuinely want to do it, man. I want to take the baby, not the baby, but when she's like a year or two old, take her on a cruise, Disney cruise. That would be fun. That would be fun, especially around this time, 60 in Alaska. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, The Killer is a consolation prize for Mindhunter is really cool. You know, as much as I'm going to miss that show, and they're saying it's an indefinite hiatus, I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's going to be an indefinite hiatus. I think the show's done. And that sucks. Mindhunter, every single episode had me locked in. How often can you say that about a TV show? It's rare. I mean, there were even moments, some of my favorite shows this year, there were moments in The Last of Us where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, well, that one's not as good as that one, even though it's a spectacular show. This episode's not as good as that episode. Mindhunter that's not the case. Every episode was great. And we got 2 seasons. It's just like, man, you can't have anything nice. But as a consolation prize, we get The Killer. And that trailer feels like Fight Club. That trailer feels like Panic Room a little bit. Somebody mentioned in my comments, they said, well, doesn't it give you more of a Panic Room vibe? And I'm like, yeah, that's actually a great point. It does. And I also love in that trailer, it lists the 3 movies. I believe it's 7. What were the 3 films that it listed? 7, Gone Girl, Fight Club, right? And so I'm thinking, why are those the 3 movies that it listed? Are those the 3 movies that it listed because that's what it wants you to think of when you see this trailer? Or are those like Fincher's favorite 3 movies that he's ever directed? Did he say, yeah, I want 7 Fight Club and Gone Girl in there? But that's interesting for me. The reasoning behind using those 3 films. Because if you wanted to use something closer to something like this, I originally thought Zodiac would be in that conversation. But the fact that Fight Club's in that conversation tells me this movie could have more of an upbeat and, kind of a faster pace to it. And just based off that teaser alone, that's great. That is great. So I'm very excited for The Killer, guys. I know I said in my most anticipated video, all it's going to take is one trailer to put me over the edge on this movie. And sure enough, now, didn't put me over Killers of the Flower Moon. But it's a close number 2. Number 2. Blue Futon, you did not have to do that. I really thank you for that. Thank you for the awesome super chat. Thanks everybody for the super chats today, man. They've been flowing in, helping out the channel, just helping out the content, man. Getting content out there, doing things like this, doing these streams. So much fun. We're gonna start winding down here in just a second, just because I told my wife. Once again, told her an hour. It's been an hour and a half, but I swear to you, these things fly by. I don't know how in the world we've been doing this for an hour and a half. I have no clue, but it's great. Those are probably Fincher's 3 most popular movies. That might be why. Maybe. I would probably... Yeah, Gone Girl was pretty popular, though, wasn't it? I guess I would argue The Social Network over Gone Girl in terms of popularity, just because a lot of people who don't even know what The Social Network is, a lot of people are like, oh, that's the Facebook movie, right? So, but even then, Gone Girl got pretty big. It did very, very well. So yeah, I think that's a reasonable thought there. You, the film drunk and the Oscar experts, should do a live movie draft. Ooh, that sounds fun. Don't get me started on drafts. I'm a fantasy football nut. I love fantasy football. I had one draft last week. I have 2 drafts this weekend. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, that would be fun, man. That would be really fun. Fantasy, what was that Fantasy Movie League, the thing that used to exist? It may still exist. I never did it, but it always seemed like a really fun concept. Why is your top 83 movies of all time based on recency bias? I wouldn't say, that's, I think I like a lot of more recent movies compared to older films. But at the same time, it's one of those things it's like you love the movies that hold a special place in your heart. And first of all, the recency bias, the spelling's throwing me off. But to me, the 90s, early 2000s films that I grew up watching and grew up loving hold a more special place in my heart than a lot of the 70s and 80s movies that the generation behind me grew up watching and grew up loving. You ask somebody like, my brain goes to Christian Harloff, and Christian Harloff said, he loves the 80s action, like obviously Die Hards of the world, obviously. And I'd say Ferris Bueller falls in that category for a lot of people. And I think of my dad's favorite movies, the films that he grew up loving and watching, those Clint Eastwood Westerns. My dad being born in the late 60s and growing up through the 70s, those were the films that really appealed to him. And so, and my cousin Joseph, who was just here, right, man, he's a child of the 80s. Grew up watching those big 80s blockbusters, the Back to the Futures, we would always do retro rewinds on our podcasts, the Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman film, held a special place in his heart, And so for me, and a lot of those 80s movies are on my list. So that's where I kind of push back on you, Nicholas, a little bit, is I have a lot of 80s and 90s films on my list. But for me, it's those late 90s, early 2000s movies that hold a really special place in my heart, or mid 2000s, like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, The Dark Knight. I was 13 watching The Dark Knight in the theater, and my brain was exploding in real time. What an amazing experience as a kid to watch that on the big screen. And, you know, a very similar experience, but not in a theater, on VHS, on a little tiny VHS tape, watching the late 90s animated films that I inevitably ended up loving, like a Toy Story, getting to go see Toy Story 2 in the theater. Man, oh man. You know, and then going even further back, my parents had Ferris Bueller on VHS. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put Ferris Bueller on. I'm going to watch it over and over and over, constantly. And that's a film that I would say, even though it came out in the 80s, I grew up with. Now I sound like Chris Tuckman. That's a film that I would say I grew up with. And so growing up with a lot of these movies, they impacted me big time. But then there's another part of my life where I became a film critic, and I started looking at movies a little differently, probably around 2013, that allowed me to look at some of those films, 2013, 14, 15, 16, around those times, and being so impressed with what filmmakers were able to do, specifically Denis Villeneuve. Seeing a filmmaker like that in my time, working in his prime right now, doing what he did with movies like Arrival and Prisoners and Blade Runner, it's so impressive to see what he's doing. Nolan, it's so impressive to see what he's doing. Seeing a movie like Mad Max in the theater in 2015. Okay, that's one of the best action movies I've ever seen. And so a lot of it comes down to experience, and the experience that I had as a kid and the experience that I'm having now as a film critic, watching newer releases in theaters. I just don't have those experiences with a lot of the older movies. Now, you also say that, I mean, if you go down my list, I've got 12 Angry Men on there. I've got Goodfellas on there. I've got The Godfather Part 2 on there. I've got Before Sun. I've got a lot of those movies on there. So, you know, I wouldn't say they're all based on recency bias. I would just say some of them are based on the more recent experiences that I've had. But I have a ton. Stranger, I mean, there's some good ones. Go through the list. I promise they're not all new movies. 2001: A Space Odyssey, one that I had to grow on over time, is another example. So we're working our way up to 100, though. We're going to get to 100. It's a good thought, Nicholas. Thank you for the thought. She-Hulk season 1 cost about $240 million. I don't know where that came from, but wow. Wow. Good Lord. What are we doing, Disney? Jeez. What's happening here? All right, guys, let's go see if we got another super chat. Whoa. Rocky McFly. What do we, whoa, Rocky McFly. Holy cow, man. Oh my goodness. Rocky McFly didn't even ask a question. Whoa. Okay, that's the limit. We have set the limit, Rocky McFly. At least today's live stream. I can't do any more super chats. That is actually too much, like legitimately too much. First of all, wow. My goodness, Rocky. Thank you for, I mean, so many good questions today already. I know you were the one asking about the creator and Rebel Moon. But my goodness, I do not deserve that. I can promise you that right now. So thank you so much. Unbelievable. Rocky just, oh my goodness. Rocky got the money, man. Yeah, holy smokes. Wow. My goodness, that is crazy. That's too much. Rocky, today's stream, I do not need any more super chats from you. I promise you. That's amazing. Wow. That's crazy. You are amazing. I don't know what do I say? Like I can't even somebody said that must be Michael J. Fox super chatting in. Like I don't even what do I even say about this? Rocky must have won the lottery today. No, listen, guys, that is truly spectacular. You know, especially just because YouTube has been so difficult lately. So that is just so cool. And too much. Bradley says, Rocky McFly is a hero. Yeah, today, you're my hero, Rocky. Goodness gracious, my friend. Now, that is by far the biggest super chat I've ever gotten. Far and away, no competition. Unbelievable, my friend. That is crazy. So, any question you want to ask? That's too much. No, it's legitimately too much. I promise you, Rocky. Amazing. I love seeing you every time we do these live streams. Super amazing. But let me tell you, that's the limit. You have reached that limit today. I cannot take another dime. So cool. Somebody said now you can pay for that kid's college fund early. I tell you what, working on that's a goal of mine was to get a new mic for the channel, man. That may have done it right there. We may get a new mic for these videos based off that alone. So yeah, it's going to be a huge help to this channel. We're going to work on getting a new microphone. God, I'm going to go buy one next week. Oh man, you guys are awesome. Bardine said, I'm going to beat Rocky's super chat in a few years. Oh, no, I don't. I would never ask anybody. I'd never ask anybody to do that. Never ask anybody in a million years to do that. Way too much. But huge blessing, man. That's crazy. Well, Rocky, your support means the world. Love seeing your questions. Love seeing your comments. Man, you deserve about 5 pinned comments, Rocky. I gotta see some comments on my videos from here on out, man, because I'm gonna have to pin every comment I see at the top of those videos. So when I drop my best and worst of August tomorrow, expect a pinned comment. Same thing for the summer movie tier list. We're gonna have to do a pinned comment on those. So comment some cool stuff, Rocky. All right, we're gonna. Yeah, Rocky's the king of the channel. Yeah, we're gonna have to make Rocky a mod right now. Okay, that's what we're gonna have to do. We'll have to make Rocky a mod for donating that much. So cool, so freaking cool. Yeah, I mean, genuinely though, release the Rocky and Austin collab cut. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do, Rocky. We'll have to get Rocky to I don't know, help out with a video or something because of that. I'm gonna have to reach out, Rocky. Let me know your I don't know, you have social media or something like that? Super cool. Would love to do something, man. Yeah, man, that is crazy. I'm gonna have to make Rocky's time worth it here. Make Rocky's money worth it. We're gonna have to do a lot of pinned comments and whatnot. G. Colby P says Austin made more money than the Flash's entire box office run. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's probably true. I would say that super chat was bigger than the Flash's opening weekend. Oh, that's hilarious, man. Rocky won that lottery. So crazy, dude. I am just, man, that is crazy. Yeah, Rocky, don't tell the wife. Shh. Oh no, she ain't. How many super chats did you get today, honey? That's what I'll tell her. You gonna help me pay for daycare with that money, sweetie? Yeah, but I want a microphone. Yeah, so daycare, microphone, the health of my child, sound. Is she going to be safe while we're both at work, or are my videos going to look and sound good? I don't know. Maybe this one. Man. We'll We'll figure it out. On the topic, have you ever had a bad meet your hero moment where you still respect them, but your fandom was hurt by your interaction with them? You know, my brain immediately goes to the Critics' Choice Awards, where I met a bunch of people I've been wanting to meet. John says microphone for sure. Yeah, John, you know where my head's at. My brain immediately goes to Critics' Choice Awards, where I met so many amazing people. I met Rob Morgan. I met Super Bowl winning coach Sean McVay. I met a lot of really cool people. I made Michael Keaton laugh in a bathroom because I made a semi-dirty joke. It wasn't a dirty joke. Every time I tell that story, it's like, because I don't want to say the joke here, but it's not like dirty. It was just something like a funny, like little haha gag. And Michael Keaton, I got a giggle out of it. And I'm like, yes. And Mike Coulter, the guy who plays Luke Cage, we were all in the bathroom together. Coolest bathroom experience of my life. We're all wearing suits. Mike Coulter's behind me. Michael Keaton's in front of me. Charlie Day had just walked in the bathroom. Did not make Charlie Day laugh. Maybe that was it. Maybe, I said the joke. Michael Keaton laughed. Mike Coulter laughed. Charlie Day, no laugh. Dang it, man. I wanted to you've made me laugh in all these movies, and I can't even make you laugh. I walked by Denis Villeneuve bodyguards, 4 bodyguards. Walked right by him. I wanted a picture. I wanted a picture so bad. Couldn't get it. That's okay. I was nervous, very nervous. Stood right next to Steven Spielberg and the whole cast of Cobra Kai. That was cool. Except I had my friend Sam with me, and he was going, "What y'all?" Right next to the cast of Cobra Kai. And I'm like, "Oh my God, Sam, no, what are we doing?" But you don't want to ask him. And so I would say I won't throw this person under the bus. And it wasn't my hero. It was just a celebrity. But I did encounter a celebrity in Hawaii, okay, where they were clearly not doing anything, not busy, not checking into a hotel, not bringing luggage in. They were just standing in a hotel by themselves. And I stood there for about 5 minutes because we were checking out of our hotel, and I was just making sure they weren't busy because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Stood there for 5 minutes, just sitting there on their phone. I think they were waiting on somebody. And so my wife said, do it. Just go ask them. So I went up and asked for a picture, and they said they were busy. Okay. And they clearly weren't busy. Very clearly, very evidently. And I think that person thought that I was leaving because we had luggage, but then we had to stand and wait on more luggage. And so I stood and watched that person stand there for 10 more minutes and not do anything. And I'm like, you're not busy. Now I get it. If you don't want to be bothered, that's fine. But it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, we're busy. It was like, no, sorry, I'm busy. I used to respect that person. Not as much anymore, but I'm not going to throw that person under the bus because they don't deserve it. But it is a celebrity, and it is a celebrity that has been in multiple Netflix projects. That's what I will say. Not very nice. Not very nice, but it's fine. I'm not going to say who it was. And it wasn't an A-lister. It was like a B or C-lister, but you would recognize the face from multiple Netflix projects. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. People don't want to be bothered. Clearly very busy standing on their phone for 25 minutes. John said, I love Sam. He's unaffected by celebrity. No, he unaffected. Sam didn't know who Jared Leto was. Sam knew that was Morbius. So he said, hey, Morbius, can I take a selfie with you? I'm like, no, Sam. No, it's Jared Leto. And so he got a selfie with Morbius. And Jared Leto's face is like, who is this guy? Unaffected. Didn't care. Sam did not care about anything, and I loved it. That's why I took him, because I knew he'd be like that. It was not David Harbour. It was not Laura. I don't want to tell you because it kind of ruins that perception of, oh, it seems like a nice person. Yeah, I think there was a little case of celebrity-itis there. Okay. Please don't say no. No, it's trust me. Oh, Hano the Bay. Steelers are trading away their O-line depth. Woo! Somebody's not been paying attention. Hey, somebody's not been paying attention. The two guys we traded were surpassed by our 7th round rookie and Spencer Anderson and the guy that we picked up from the Buccaneers. Both outplayed Kendrick Green and Kevin Dotson. Dylan Cook outplayed Kendrick Green and Kevin Dotson. So not only did they get surpassed by a 7th round rookie and some guy who was undrafted last year, but we also brought in Nate Herbig, who was supposed to be our starting left guard. And then we brought in Isaac Seumalo from Philly, who is our starting left guard because he's even better. So yeah, they were, Green was going to be cut. He was cut. He was gone. And we got a 6th round draft pick. It just doesn't make any sense. Who would do that? He's not a good player. And then Kevin Dotson, I think, was a good player. Bad scheme fit. Not versatile. I know nobody knows what we're talking about right now. This is football talk. Not versatile. Only good at left guard. Couldn't be a swing guy. Yeah, I thought he was kind of the odd man out. And the fact that we got to move up for 2 picks, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Last guys on the depth chart. So yeah, and that's crazy. That tells you how bad our O-line was last year because both of these guys, Kevin Dotson was a starter last year, and he wasn't even good enough to be our backup left guard this year. So that just tells you where Pittsburgh's at right now. I think their O-line is going to be – I don't think people understand how good their O-line is going to be, and their depth is crazy. So – I know, man, outside looking in, but no, their depth is insane. It's the best depth they've had in probably 13 years on the O-line, to be honest with you. Unless somebody gets hurt, Nate Herbig, please do not get hurt because that's going to be a great swing tackle or a great swing guy and could play a little center for us too. Kendrick Green stunk, but I'm happy he's getting a change of scenery because I don't think the Steelers did anything to help him, to be honest with you. They shoehorned him in at center. So hopefully a change of scenery helps because he's not good. Please don't say it was Adam Sandler. Not Adam Sandler. No. Adam Sandler, I've heard, is a really good person. It was not Adam Sandler. Trust me, this is a B or C level, a B or C level celebrity that thinks they're better than they actually were. Still don't like the lineman you took in the first round. Really? Wow. I love Jones. I thought Jones was the number 2 guy. I didn't like him coming out of college. The tight end you could like from Georgia's a steal, though. Yes. Now, here's the cool thing about our lineman that we took. Dan Moore Jr., which I knew he would start the year because that's how Pittsburgh is. They always make him work for it. I think he's gotten a lot better this offseason. I like our lineman quite a bit. The guy that we got, I think Broderick Jones is going to be solid. And yeah, nobody's talking about Seumalo. See, Hayden, you didn't even bring up Seumalo. He's the best guy on he might just be our best player on offense. That's how good he is. He's unbelievable. And it's a big deal that we brought him in. And so I think, I think our team's not going to say anything. I think our team's going to be really good. Really good. Who had a perfect passer rating in the preseason? Yes. Nah, it's preseason. But it's better than not having a perfect passer rating in the preseason. Come on, man. People are like, oh, preseason doesn't count. Bills starters? Pfft, who cares about the Bills starters? Rocky McFly getting this money's worth, Steelers knowledge being dropped. I could do a full-on Steelers podcast, man. I could. I know everything about this team up and down, in and out. Everything about the team. And what they've done this offseason is, frankly, Omar Khan is a god. He's a miracle worker. He's a miracle worker. How are you going to trade 2 offensive linemen that were on the border of line? They were getting cut. Like, they were gone. Not Dotson, but Green was gone, and you got a 6th-round pick out of him. Like, that's gross. That's gross. Houston, what is wrong with you? I don't look at anyone's roster that isn't the Browns. I will say picking the offense looked good in the preseason. It is definitely preseason. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to see it translate into real, into the – it's good. I want to see it translate. Was it Allen Robinson that you traded for? Yes. I know the football talk, guys. I'm sorry. We did trade for Allen Robinson. He's also looked good in the preseason. He'll be a kind of a safety valve, back of the end zone guy. But back to the mean celebrity. Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to know who the mean celebrity was. Everybody wants to know. I don't want to give it away, man, because even though this person was rude to me, I don't want to throw him under the bus, because that's not like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem fair to them. It doesn't seem fair to them. And maybe they were in just a bad mood. Maybe I just got them in a bad mood. But everybody I met at the Critics' Choice Awards was awesome. And, I never met Lakeith Stanfield, but he seemed like the coolest guy ever to hang out with. Like Lakeith Stanfield, there was a bar in the middle of the after party, and Lakeith was just standing there dancing, finding people, pointing at him. And I'm like, if I was cool enough to go up and say hi, I would do it, but I'm not. And so I was just too nervous to go say hi to all these guys. But the people I did talk to were amazing. Sean McVay was the coolest, though. We talked for 30 minutes. Patrick says, you're such a lovely person, though. Can't imagine somebody being rude to you. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Patrick. Yeah, I was trying to be nice. I was like, hey, I said, I love your work. I love blank, blank, and blank project that you're in, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, okay, thanks. Like, thanking me, but like, okay, this person's obviously intruding on my space. Then I was like, are you cool with a picture? And they were like, well, actually, I'm busy. And I'm like, okay, cool. See ya. I just walked away. I didn't even say anything. Honestly, out of everyone you listed from the Critics' Choice Awards, you meeting Sean McVay caught me most off guard. Yeah, that was really cool. If you go over to my Instagram headcanon, scroll to last year, you see the picture of me and Sean. What a freaking awesome dude, man. We were high-fiving, talking about how he beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. It was really one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. Hey, awesome. A huge fan of your channel. I am planning on going to the movies this weekend, so do you recommend that I see Blue Beetle or Gran Turismo? Thanks for answering. Great question. I am going to... I'm going to say Gran Turismo. I liked Blue Beetle a lot. It's a good movie. I'm going to say Gran Turismo. I'm going to say Gran Turismo was a little bit more entertaining. Kind of a thrilling theatrical experience, to be honest with you. Is it a great film? No, but it's thrilling. It's a very thrilling movie. John said, it's all lies. I met Austin. He kicked me in the head, threw me down the stairs, and my shoes fell off. John, shh. I told you not to tell anybody about that, daggone it. I have met John, though. And I did do exactly what he said I did. Have you met Patrick Warburton and Stewart and Seth MacFarlane? No, I have not met those guys yet. I did not meet those guys. Anybody close to Patrick Warburton that I met? No, probably not. I've met a few people, though. I met Ann Dowd last year in New York. That was really cool. I got to see Anne Hathaway on stage. I got to see Denzel Washington on stage. That was the coolest thing. Oh, man, that was so sweet. Seeing Denzel Washington in person, he sucks the air out of the room because he's so cool. Like, he's so good. You just know it's like a guy in there that knows exactly what he's doing and what he's talking about. He could say anything and the audience would be like, Denzel. And he did. And I did that. So cool. Is it someone from Tall Girl? No, not from Tall Girl. What are your thoughts on Killers of the Flower Moon getting an expanded theatrical release? Bradley, yes. Yes. So cool. Yes. Killers of the Flower Moon getting an expanded theatrical release. You know, if there's one good thing that came from Dune leaving our hearts, our minds, and our souls and our bodies, is definitely that. You know, I hate the fact that Dune left, but the fact that I get to see Killers of the Flower Moon on the big screen, probably in IMAX, is spectacular. I'm so excited. So excited. Love it, Bradley. Love that news. Got me giddy. Got me giddy today. Let's see. Movie recommendation for tonight. Woo! Let's go with Training Day. You know why? Because the wife and I just watched Training Day the other night, and And we're talking about Denzel. See, we're tying it all in together. Training Day is my recommendation. The wife and I watched Training Day for her first time the other night. It's my third time, fourth time watching it. Let me tell you guys, what a great movie. Now, we know it's a great movie. Ethan Hawke's amazing. Denzel Washington's spectacular. But boy, oh boy, that performance from Denzel. And I mean, wow, what a performance. Antoine Fuqua, I love everything about that movie. It's so good. Watch Training Day. It's on Max. We watched it on Max. Still waiting on Old Boy 2003 to arrive on streaming. Yeah, there you go. That'd be a good one to watch. Lady Birds, good recommendation. The Usual Suspects. What do you think about it? I like The Usual Suspects. I don't love it. I think it's a little overrated. One of these days we'll talk more about that. I think The Usual Suspects is a little bit overrated. That's one of my overrated movies. So good, not great. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to hear. Somebody said Austin's eliminating all of the celebrities that could have been mean to him. Yeah, whole chat playing rule of elimination by asking every single celebrity until they're left. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to throw him under the bus, man. I don't want to throw him under the bus. I don't want to do that. But will I? I don't know. If you could watch any movie in theaters again, what would it be? Well, I say Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, but I had an opportunity to go watch them last year. And to go watch that last year, and I didn't do it. I got too busy. I wasn't able to go out and see it. But man, I guess we could rephrase the question for the first time. If I could see a movie for the first time again, Dark Knight, Return of the King, in theaters. My experience with Arrival was pretty crazy. I could throw Arrival on that list. That was a crazy experience, to be honest with you. And a really cool one. Really cool one. Oscar Dark Horse, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla. Yeah, I like that. Good choice, Blue Futon. Really good choice. And we've got, the babe said, I'd love to watch Hop for the first time again. That's awesome. Is one of the most overrated movies of all time from Sartha. Yeah, Usual Suspects, man. I'm with you. John with the super chat. John, come on now. Hey, you don't have to compete with Rocky McFly. That's you don't have to send super chats, John. What are you doing? Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Maybe this will help you buy a McDonald's cheeseburger. Tell us who the celebrity is. Love you, Austin. I mean, yeah, this is about what fast food's starting to cost nowadays, which is pretty disappointing. Yeah, listen, John, love you, man. Appreciate you. Always try to go catch up with you on Facebook just to see what you're up to and how everything's going. And I hope we get an opportunity to get to see each other in person again, because that really was fun. Patrick said, drag him. All right, since John sent a super chat, I will give you a hint. Who was kind of rude to me. Wasn't a man. It was a female that was rude to me. She wasn't very nice. That's all I'm giving, though, because again, I don't want to throw on the box. Austin has opened up Pandora's box with the celebrity. Next thing you know, he'll have Oppenheimer's empty stare. I can't do it. I can't give the name away, but I will say it was a she. It was a she who was rude to me, and I was a big fan. So it was very disappointing to be treated like a scum of the earth. Spring Carpenter. No, I will rule that one out. I don't want to keep ruling people out. Dolly Parton. No, if Dolly Parton was mean to me, I would just cease to exist. I would fade away. I would be Avengers Endgame or Avengers Infinity War, just fade right away. I'd be so disappointed. John said, it was me. John, how dare you be rude to me, sir? John, you can never be mean. I don't see it. Dolly Parton rules. Yeah, my brother-in-law, Spencer, is the biggest Dolly Parton fan in the world. in the world. And so if she was ever mean to me, I think we would both cease to exist, he and I together. If Dolly was mean, you'd deserve it. Absolutely. I couldn't be mean to Dolly. I'd give up on life if Dolly was mean. Hey, has anybody ever been to Dollywood? I freaking love Dollywood, man. I love Dollywood. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's such a good time, you know. Guys, you know what I just realized? We're 5 minutes from the 2-hour mark, and I told my wife I would rock my daughter to sleep. Pretty sure she's probably asleep by now, which means the wife probably rocked her to sleep, and we've been going so long, my light's dead. Check this out. Look at the light that I got. Look at the light that I got. See this? That used to be bright, but it's not bright anymore because, see, now there's no light on my face. I'm going to have to do this. We'll do this for the rest of the stream. So anyway, it's slowly dying. Can I make this brighter? No. See the battery bar. The battery bar is going down. Shout out to the Flick Pick for the idea to get this light. I'm just gonna steal everything he does and see if he notices. I'm gonna make my thumbnail poses the exact same as John's for every movie he reviews, and I want to screw with him and just see if he notices. But nobody tell him. Somebody needs to be like, hey man, I like your thumbnail. Did you steal that from Austin? We all need to accuse him stealing it from me, even though I'd be stealing it from him. Yeah, this is a good light, but it's dead. That's how long we've been going. So I need to get back to the wife, and let me make sure we have no more super chats, man. We've had some amazing, I mean, seriously, shout out to Rocky McFly today. MVP of the live stream, MVP of my heart. Rocky, seriously, leave as many comments as you want on my videos. You deserve all the pinned comments in the world, and would love to get your input on a video or something like that, man, just because the love and the support is truly spectacular. We've had, of course, Rocky McFly. We've had Robert with the super chat. We've had Mike with the super chat. Stumbo's Media Outlet. The Pandemonium 44. Of course, my checks. Blue Futon, as always. Guy at the movie stopping by. Very, very nice. Shelly Lee with the beautiful remark. Jason Nelson with the super chat. Mr. Penguin with the super chat. And, of course, John Poffenbarger. And look at this. As we roll out, Mike Ippolito from the great Pop X Cast stopping by. Mike Ippolito, one of my favorites, the best, man. Oh, thank you for being here, Mike. Thank you for the super chat, for the support. Austin Burke is the only celebrity I need. When are you coming back to Florida? We need to get the old crew together for a flick. Mike, that would be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. I'd love to come back this year, man. If all things work out well, you know, I'll be taking my first trip away from the daughter in October. If that goes well, if Madison's okay, you know, while I'm gone, then would love to be able to come down to Orlando for a weekend. We'll definitely try. I'll try to set that up with Joe, and hopefully set that up with you. Man, get together for a movie. There's gonna be some good movies in December. Maybe we could do like a big DC, like Aquaman 2 will be coming out. You know, maybe we'll get Killers of the Flower Moon, something like that. But I'd love to get together and watch a movie. And Mike, I'd love to see you, and I'd love to, of course, love to see Joe again. I always have so much fun. I got to see him earlier in the year, but just for a day. It's not enough. It's just a taste, you know. But Mike, we'll get together for sure. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. And yeah, one of these days, John says, shout out Pop X Cast. Been missing it. Yeah. I've missed it too. I love Pop X Cast. One of my favorites. Somebody said you can use your super chat money to buy a new one. Yeah, absolutely. And then Kali Wally, one of the best follows on the TikToks. Kali, admittedly, I've not been scrolling through TikTok as much lately because of the baby. I like to spend up, you know, a lot of my time with her, but a great follow on TikTok. So if you guys want to follow Kali Wally on TikTok, please do that. Thank you for the super chat. I've reached the 200th Blu-ray mark. Woo, what a collection. Woo. That's awesome. Blu-ray mark in my movie collection in celebration. What was the most difficult Blu-ray you've ever bought? Woo, man. Boy, that's tough. That's tough. The most difficult, and I assume you just mean like difficult time finding a Blu-ray. There have been a couple of experiences. I got the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy on Blu-ray, but it took forever for me to find that one. But that's honestly one of my all-time favorite YouTube shorts or TikToks. Yeah, I don't know. I just follow Kali Wally on YouTube, but or on TikTok. But maybe there's a YouTube channel as well. Kali, do you do YouTube shorts? But definitely TikTok. Definitely TikTok. Kali's got a great page on there. But yeah, the Lord of the Rings trilogy was one of the more difficult ones. Avengers, the first Avengers, I had a tough time getting that one. And that was back in the day. I mean, really back in the day. What, 2012 was when Avengers came out? So that was back in the day where we were still in that transition phase from DVDs to Blu-rays. So that's probably why it was more difficult. You know, lately, man, and I don't buy Blu-rays as much anymore, but lately, you know, I buy a Blu-ray and it's not as hard now. It's not as difficult to find. But waiting for some of these steelbooks, I guess it just tests my patience. It's like, come on, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Why are we taking so long with steelbooks? And sometimes the steelbooks just are a little disappointing. I don't know if you felt that way lately about some of the 4Ks, some of the steelbooks. They just, you know, one thing I do miss, Kali Wally, and I don't know if you agree with this. Remember the old days, the DVD menu, how creative they used to be, how complex they used to be, or just they carried a theme of what the movie was, right? But now you get a Blu-ray or you get a DVD and the menu's just boring. It's just a copy and paste, play, subtitle, blah, 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 blah setting. There's nothing exciting. There's no video playing in the background. You know, I saw a nostalgic TikTok the other day. It was the Shrek 2. I think it was the Shrek 2. The Shrek 2 the Shrek 2 DVD where Donkey's jumping up in the background going, me. And you've got the video playing on loop and you've got the really creative, you know, the play button, all of this stuff. Yeah, Kali Wally. Shrek 2's got one of the best DVD menus of all time. Yes, absolutely. I miss the DVD menu. I really do. It's a lost art. And I think in general, physical media, it's gotten a little more lazy in terms of complexity of just something as simple as the DVD menu. And G. Kobe P has a good one here. The entire series of Avatar: The Last Airbender was hard to get on Blu-ray. I heard that. I don't have that, but I heard that. What is one that I got? I got The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was a big fan of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know it's random, but I got the entire set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This was DVD. This was before there were Blu-rays. My mom bought the entire set for me. And that was so cool, man. You had all the cover art for every season. All the menus were different for every season. Like, I miss that because sometimes they get lazy with that kind of stuff. So, yeah, what did you say you had, Kali Wally? 200 Blu-rays? Wow. That is so impressive, my friend. Incredible. Me and my brother used to play the Penguins game that was on the Madagascar DVD on my dad's laptop. Yes. Headcanon. Let's go. Like, where's that? Where is that? I need to start doing TikToks on DVD menus. Where is that? So much fun. Just a lost freaking art, man. A lost freaking art. Rocky McFly said, sorry, this isn't a super chat like normal, but they won't let me spend more than $500 a day here. So I'm asking, but can you tell me the celebrity? Oh, Rocky McFly. Oh, no. You're asking the celebrity. Oh, man. I can't throw her under the bus, but I'll get more specific. This celebrity, since Rocky McFly left all the super chats today and has been amazing. And seriously, Rocky, you've got to start leaving some crazy comments on my videos because I'm going to have to start pinning your comments on my videos just for that. I will say this celebrity was in the TV show You on Netflix. That's who this celebrity was in the TV show You. And I'm going to let you guess on who it was because I think that's pretty. DJ Carter said, Rocky McFly lives. Rocky McFly is a legend. Rocky McFly, you know what we're going to have to do? Since you sent a super chat, multiple super chats over $100, okay? Man, I just feel like I'm going to keep narrowing it down. No, it's not Jenna Ortega. I'm getting too specific. Y'all go figure out who it was, all right? It's too specific. Rocky McFly, we're going to have to get your name printed on something. Since you left a super chat over $100, okay, multiple, we're going to have to get your name printed on something, and we're going to have to put you in the background. That's what we're going to have to do. I think that is going to be the new incentive for a super chat over $100 is your name kind of being a complete part, a permanent part of this set, which is amazing. So thank you for that. Thank you for being awesome. You guys got some very good guesses. Very great guesses on the question. I'm going to let it linger. Look, my wife's here. How many pops do you have? Honey, you should know that. Madison says, I know who it was. Yeah, she knows. She was there. You know who it was. Don't tell her, honey. Don't tell him who it was. I don't want to throw her under the bus. But yeah, Madison was there when I got denied the picture with the celebrity. She was there. And I walked over and I went, no. So Patrick said, Madison, drag her. Don't do it, sweetie. Don't do it. You guys are very good guessers, though. That's what I will say. Listen, I bet I don't even know who the celebrity is from John. Bradley says she was probably stoned. Maybe. I don't know. How famous is this celebrity? Yeah, like B, C list, probably. Damon says, I have at least 8 pops. At least 8 pop figures. Right, honey? Are you still here? You should be watching our child. Look, Daddy's working. I'm doing a live stream in my basement, but Daddy's working. All right. She loves me. She wouldn't have married me if she didn't love me. Okay, sweetie, please love me. Are you still there? Where'd you go? My wife's gone. She's going to leave me. It's fine. There's probably better people out there. I get it. She was mean to your husband. Do it. Don't do it, honey. Don't throw her under the bus. She doesn't deserve it. I don't know. Maybe she does. I don't know. Listen, you guys, we've hit the 2 SpongeBob overtime. We've hit the 2-hour mark. I know every SpongeBob reference. So if you ever give me a SpongeBob reference, I will know it. Stop having your wife call you daddy on screen. It's I wish, sometimes you just want something to happen. It just won't happen. I wish she would. Right, sweetie? She's definitely gone. She checked out 5 minutes ago and she said, I don't even love him anymore. And I don't blame her. I get it. Do you have a Plankton Funko Pop? No, I have a SpongeBob and a Patrick. I don't have a Plankton. So if you guys ever want to do a Plankton Funko Pop, do a contest with whoever can guess the exact number of pops you have will get one. Ooh, that's good. Hey, that's good. I like that. That's really good. Okay. I like that. Yeah. All right. We'll have to count them, sweetie. Do you have that clicker? Remember that clicker it's probably upstairs. You can go look for it. You're not doing anything. You're not busy. Yeah, we broke Austin's marriage. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, listen, it's cool. It's cool. She'll find somebody better, but she won't find anybody that's got Rocky McFly. All right. Rocky McFly is a legend. If you guys can guess the number of pop figures that I have, and there are more than what's behind me, keep in mind, I probably have 40 more than what's behind me, 50 more than what's behind me. If you can guess the number as we're leaving this live stream, and we're going to wind this down, I will give away a Funko Pop. First, I have to count them. Now, I have to do that probably tomorrow. But before next live stream, let me write this down. I'm going to write this down. for next live stream, I am going to do a giveaway of a pop figure, which I haven't done in a while. If you guys can guess the right number. And I will come back to this part of the video and see. Madison said, Patreon subscribers get a clue to amount. Ooh! Don't give away the secret. Hey, I know I haven't posted on Patreon in a little bit. That's another thing that I've been working on too. That's another thing I've been working on is my Patreon and doing a nice little refresh on it. So maybe that can be the first post, sweetie. Madison's just giving away everything. She's just giving away all of it. All right. We need numbers. Damon said 69. Already my favorite answer. No, seriously, if you guys can get it, yeah, we'll do a giveaway. So just leave the numbers as we wind down. We probably got about 2 or 3 more minutes before the stream goes. So get you a number in your head, get you one in your brain. And actually, here's what we'll do, because I do have a pop figure I've been wanting to give away for a bit. I've just not had an opportunity. Whoever gets closest. And if you go over, that's fine. We're not going to play by those rules. Whoever gets closest to the number, we'll do a giveaway. I think that's fun. I think that's really fun. And I'll do a Patreon clue for whoever's here. So you guys guess. I want to give one more shout out to today's MVP, Rocky McFly, for being the best. Appreciate you for all the super chats. Everybody who asked a super chat today. We got numbers flying in left and right. I don't know the answer yet, but we'll count them up. I'll get my wife to help me count because they're laid out they're pretty easy to find. And whoever gets closest to how many Funko Pops I have in my possession, I'll give away a Funko Pop. And be sure to come back to my next live stream, which will be, let's go Monday. We will have another live stream on Monday, and I believe that is Labor Day. I think that will be a great day to have a live stream. If things change Sunday night, if something happens, we get busy Monday, if we end up doing something Sunday night. But let's do Sunday night, Monday night, another live stream. You guys keep it on your calendar. I will announce the winner, okay, of the Funko Pop. This is a fun thing to do. Madison, my wife. That is fun. Look at you with the good ideas, honey. You're the best. We got great answers here. 131, 57, 67, 130. And again, I don't have the number yet, so I don't know how close anyone is, to be honest with you. Crashing Coyote, 174, 118, 133, 131. I mean, you guys, rock stars, man. John said it best. Rocky McFly is a superstar. Everybody who has super chats today were superstars. I know I mentioned all the names, but of course, Mikey Polito coming in clutch at the end there, and Kali Wally on the TikToks. Crashing Coyote said, no, you have to play Price is Right rules due to Bob Barker just passing away. Ooh, Crashing Coyote coming in clutch. Okay. There you go. Crashing Coyote. We will play Price is Right rules. Can't go over. Can't go over. All right? I love it. I love it. Out of respect to Bob Barker, who I grew up watching, man. I grew up loving Bob Barker. One of my absolute favorites on television. Loved Price is Right. Wasn't as big on Wheel of Fortune, but Price is Right, loved it. Even when Drew Carey took over, I was a big fan of Price is Right. Black Guy of the South, did you say it first? Did you say it first? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Oh, there. Okay, you did say it first. Not on Bob Barker, whoever comes close. Okay, I didn't see it. I missed it. All right. Sorry, Black Guy of the South. I got you. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick. Mayonnaise isn't an instrument. Horseradish isn't an instrument either. Okay, that was it. That's the last thing we're doing. I'm done. Thank you guys for being amazing. Hey, if you haven't guessed a number yet, do it. Do it. Guess a number. Also, drop a like on the video, baby. We're at 98 likes, almost to 100. Let's get to 100 likes before we go. And be sure to guess. This was fun. What a fun live stream today, man. Obviously, the super chats, amazing. You guys do not know how freaking awesome you were. But genuinely great questions, man. Some questions that made me think. Michael said, Austin, wait. I'm waiting, Michael. Are you going to guess? I need the right answer, Michael. I need the right answer. Thanks for being here, Michael. DJ Carter said the Krusty Krab pizza is pizza. Pizza. Hey, did the music come through today? Did the music come through? That's what I want to know. Can you hear this music? Is it playing? Because it didn't come through last week. Or do you not hear anything behind me? And if you don't hear anything, then we have an issue with StreamYard. Yes, the music played. What a successful live stream. We had music. We didn't have a crash. Whoever's in the white sedan, you left your lights on. Man, what a great stream. What a great stream tonight. Hey, we're not done this week. What a big week this is for the channel. Tomorrow, best and worst of August. Was Mark Wahlberg? Does Mark Wahlberg know the celebrities? All I know is that whoever was mean to me, they deserve all. You know what? They deserve happiness in life. Because I don't want to be the guy that says they don't deserve anything because maybe they were just in a bad mood and maybe they were just being bothered. So maybe they were just, they could have been on drugs. I don't know what was going on. We were in Hawaii. They were probably just having a good time, doing some shrooms. It's okay. I'm Mark Wahlberg. That's how he would feel about that situation. It's essentially how I feel, to be honest with you. The music's playing. Yes, we had music today. What a good day. What a good day it was indeed. Thanks for all the guesses. Say hi to mother for say hi to mother for me. Hey, it's me, Mark Wahlberg. Say hi to mother for me. Oh, I'm starting to stumble over my words. How long have we been talking? 2 hours and 14 minutes, 15, 16? Boy, it's just been a long live stream. Okay, we're losing it. Let's go home. Everybody, you guys are so sweet. You're just the sweetest. You're the sweetest people. Oh, another guess. 115. I'm going to have to come back to this. Jot all the guesses down. Count all the pop figures. Come up with a winner. And then tomorrow, Damon said, what's in that bottle? Is it pineapple, orange, guava, hint water? I don't know. Is it? I guess. That's what they say it is. Is it though? I don't know. And as always, hint water is not a sponsor of this video. Unfortunately, I think they would be a great sponsor. I would love them because I love hint water. My wife said, wow. Damon said, looks like vodka. Damon, you are onto something. Oh, wow. 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 We're weird, honey. I don't think people understand how weird. Wow. That's crazy. You're so beautiful. I love you, honey. I was not talking to you. I was talking to John. John, buy an Ewin chair. Let's go, John. Buy an Ewin. Hey, everybody, buy an Ewin chair. Links in the description. I don't know if it is. It's somewhere. Rocky McFly said, I'll sponsor you. Rocky McFly, you have done so much for this channel today. I appreciate you. I'm not kidding, though, Rocky. I'm going to get your name on the set. It's happening. It is happening. Or a special thank you to Rocky McFly, since you did over $100 for the super chat. And since you always support the channel, you did sponsor me. Yes, he did. Rocky McFly did sponsor me, basically. And that's amazing. Truly amazing. So, to everybody who helped out today, to everybody who sent in super chats, we're coming back next week. We will talk about the winner of this competition. Whoever guesses how many pop figures I have, and I can't wait to see who wins. I can't wait to see how many I actually have. I'm excited to count them, man. I don't know. I have no clue. Once I get that number, my wife's going to be like, okay, now how many we selling? I'm going to say none, honey. We're not selling one of them. It's not happening. All right. Thank you guys for being amazing. Do Good says, Madison, you and Austin seem wonderful. If you don't mind, do you have any funny stories about Austin that you don't mind sharing? Honey, if you're still here, go ahead and share a funny story about me. You know what? We're going to get Madison on one of these streams. You okay with that, sweetheart? And maybe you can share your funny stories then, because I know you have a lot. And a lot of embarrassing stories too. Not saying that I'm embarrassing, but I tend to make a lot of dad jokes in public, so maybe I am. But we'll have to get the wife onto a stream one of these days. Maybe next weekend. That's what we'll do. John says, "You're my hero." See you next time, brother. And see you all next time. Be sure to come back. Again, Sunday night, Monday is what we're looking at. Labor Day weekend. I think it would be an awesome. And Madison, look at Madison with the movie reference. Is Rocky McFly's YouTube icon from Arrival? Look at you, honey. Look at you with the golden eye. See, I've trained her well. She's better at picking up on movie references than I am. Okay? So, it's pretty impressive that you got that. I am actually very impressed. Maybe a little turned on. I'm just kidding. Oh, is she still here? Please still be here. Okay. Don't leave. Please don't leave me, honey, for another man. It's fine. I get it. Oh, round of applause for Madison, everybody. There we go. See, Kali Wally nailed it. This is the kind of stuff that I say in public. I once walked into a bar and it really hurt. That is the kind of stuff that I say in public. And so when you talk about embarrassing stories, I know my wife has a lot of embarrassing stories. Okay. So we're going to have to get her on one of these streams. I was just kidding about the whole turn on thing. I bet she left. I bet she's like, I don't even like him anymore. And I get it. It's cool. Listen, you guys have been amazing today. Just stay happy. That's my sign off. I don't know what to say. I'm going to go. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm sleepy, but I once barred into a walk. Now that's not the type. I appreciate that. I don't know if anybody else would, Mike, but you know me. You know I appreciate that. Cash or card. So stupid. So dumb. Yeah, it's because I once walked into a bar. Ha ha. You're so funny, honey. Listen, I gotta go. I gotta go help raise my daughter and be a good dad. Isn't that right, sweetheart? I gotta go be a good dad because I'm sure you're sick and tired of doing everything yourself. And where's your husband? In his basement, talking to his computer. It's cool. He has fun doing it. This is therapeutic for me. I love this. I want to say, tomorrow, we're doing best and worst of August. We're also doing the summer movie tier list this week, and I'm working really hard on that video, man, so I'm so excited to bring that to you, as well as Equalizer 3, or as I like to call it, Threequalizer, and then One Piece. Gonna be a fun one to review, man. I believe that review is coming on Thursday. You guys are truly the best. Come back next week for the winner of the competition and more movie talk, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Say goodbye. Austin.